I just need to cut the shims off and we should be good to go here. Got screws through the hinges, got them in the jamb. I didn't have a countersink bit. My countersink bit I used to have broke, unfortunately, but we've had some progress here in the cabin. It's just been slow and I haven't been out here much myself. The AC people came and put in the lines for the mini split system that we're doing. These are like rough end boxes, so the cap will come off and that's where the stuff is for the mini split. These are the condensing lines, and then this here is the drain line system. It comes down, so you can see where our chase is now with the lines. That puts the lines in the wall, that way nothing is exposed with a chase. And then the drain line runs on out the exterior wall. Of course, this is the mini split for the master bedroom side. So, and we got this door here installed. Got to cut these shims off real quick. Kids are having fun with it. And then we got over here, we've got the bathroom exhaust fan is done. It's going to be a 90 CFM exhaust fan, not the standard 50 like you find in a hardware store. The dryer vent, got it down there, and the kitchen vent hood exhaust system there, and then that will flex down into the, or hard pipe down into the actual range hood deal when we do it. So I'll probably build a custom hood for there. So my wife went this week, picked up some of the plumbing stuff I need, got our paint. This is all of our goodies. Got the washer box, toilet flange, shower valve, shower drain, ice maker box, some test caps, all sorts of good stuff. Of course, we got more fittings, glue, more fittings, pipe, paint brushes, all sorts of goodies. It's going to be a fun time. And Christian is actually working on getting the rest of this beam packed out. Furring this out. Oh, we got a bird nest up here. Interesting. Hopefully there ain't no eggs or we're not going to be moving that. So we got to pack this beam out, put some OSB over it so that way it's packed out to the thickness of the post, because we have siding people coming to do the siding. Alrighty, let's see here. So it's supposed to be 42 inches from what I can tell. That's where we're going to put it. Man, I hate a Phillips head screw. I thought the worst screw was a flathead, but I'm starting to wonder. Starting to wonder. These things are horrible. Mercy. Gonna get beat by a screw now. Seems a little janky, but I guess once the pipe's hooked up, it'll be all right. Don't know. See that? It's going to put me where it's like right here.
Can you angle the pipe?
And that's all the way up against here.
Get your feet on an angle.
Well, what happened is this should have been probably over a little bit further instead of here. Just doing a dry fit right now. So that's there. Then we'll do there. There, and then the vent stack like that. Something like that. I think that might work. Well, I just did a dry fit of how I'm going to do this to see how much room it was going to take. The problem I'm having is with the washer box, it's all the way to this side, and that pipe is all the way to that side. And I'm trying to figure out how in the world, because I thought I gave myself enough room, but that trap just takes up way too much space to be able to hit right here. I didn't realize these right here are interchangeable. And now underneath here, you can go into any of these with the drain. So I can make this a little bit longer and come right here, and it'll come right up into this other side right here. And that fixes all my problems. together here soon. Well, it is a new day, and the siding guys have been here. We actually went ahead and hired out the siding installation, and they've been rocking and rolling on it. It's looking pretty good. They've got 3 of the 4 sides done over here with the breezeway. They've got to wrap the post still, but you know, and up inside here. But they've got the walls all done with the strips and everything on 3 sides, so pretty excited I didn't have to do it. There's a few things I would have done a little bit differently than the way they did it, but I'm not complaining. I'm pretty happy. It's going to look good. I've actually been holding off on doing the water lines because the siding was in progress, and I was trying to make it a little easier on them. And I don't want to have pipes sticking out and then they miss their hole when it's not lined up, and then you're fixing stuff. So I've held off on doing pretty much all of the water lines except for the water heater, and letting them get this done. So they've got enough done now. We can go ahead and get the rest of this plumbing done because my brother-in-law and his sons are coming Saturday to start wiring the electrical inside. So it's coming along now. Now I did make one mess up here with the dishwasher, and any of the plumbing people would probably have seen that from a mile away. Can't center anything behind the dishwasher, or that dishwasher is not going to slide into the hole. So I'm going to have to, I don't think there's enough room to put it over here with the way this is. I'm probably going to have to extend this down into this cabinet next to it over here to put the drain and water lines over here out of the way, so that way the dishwasher will slide into the hole. Normally, you know, you put them over here next to the sink and it goes through and drains in underneath the sink, but we do not have room to put the dishwasher over here. It's got to go over here on the side. So I'm going to have to cut that and extend it over, but other than that, all the drain pipe's done. This is kind of an interesting setup here because I only just stubbed up one set of lines. Kind of wish I'd have done a couple, but because of this vent stack being in the way. I've got enough room to go around behind it. So I just teed off here to go down to hit the toilet. This is the cold water. And then I'm going to tee out here, hit the water lines, and then on down to hit the fridge ice maker. Throw a level on that, make sure it's level real quick, please. It won't sit, you just have to check it. That's not good.
Needs to go up. About right there.
Okay, let it go. Okay. Okay. Let's put our screws back in this bad boy. Hand me that drill, please. The drill. Thank you. Pipe dope all over me. That's why I'm doing this. So I get glue all over me that won't come off for days, and I'm just a messy plumber. I'm not a plumber, but I do messy plumbing. How about that? I do the kind of plumbing that makes real plumbers cringe. Well, plumbing's done. The siding outside's done, so we were able to go ahead and stub out our vent stacks. Jonathan got all the water lines plugged. We got the dishwasher pipe moved over to where it needs to be. That was a pain in the keister, but it's done. My brother-in-law and his sons came. Christian helped them. They got quite a bit of the wire ran today inside. They got the SER, the panel, and a lot of the, I think all the home runs, or most of them, and a lot of the three-way switches and that sort of thing. So all of our hose bibs outside are all done. This is how I did them. It worked out where it was about the thickness of a 2x4, screwing this to the back, drilling through, and running my threaded 2.5-inch metal nipple through to the hose bibs. I had to run a hot water line here because my mother-in-law picked one of them toilets with this fancy squirter doodads that sprays you off, bidet, and it takes hot water, I guess, and we didn't want to drill through this vanity to hook it up to the sink, so we added a hot water here, and hopefully that's sufficient. I always thought they had to have electricity, but I don't know. They got a good jump on the electrical though. They'll be back later this week to finish it up, and then we'll be ready for open wall inspection. We'll get all these penetrations sealed up once they're done, and we'll be able to get open wall and then get it insulated. Like I say, the siding guys finished up. I really like these posts. I asked him to add a 4-inch band at the top and a 6-inch at the bottom, and I like how that turned out. It gives it a nice beefy look, and it's a good cutoff point for paint. So we're gonna do brown wood looking paint on the 4 or 6 posts. One's on the breezeway as well, and then white, alabaster white on the house. I actually didn't catch it before we paid the guys and they left. I've actually never used these guys before. They did okay. There's definitely some things I would have personally done differently, and the attention to details is not super good, but all in all, it's a decent job. The one thing I was not happy about was generally you'll put a 4-inch inside and out over here like they did, and then you'll run a 6-inch 5/4 by 6 underneath, and they used lap siding. So the lap siding was kind of wavy down and through there, and it was up in higher, so the 2 4-inch pieces actually stuck down like a 1/4 inch further than the outside, and it looked absolutely stupid. So I've actually spent most of the day today with Jonathan tearing this down. I was going to put 6-inch 5/4 by 6 up in there instead, so we tore down the first one, and when we put it up in there, it stuck down about a 1/4 inch. So they didn't do that right, but it's behind us. It is what it is. So we ended up putting lap back, and I shimmed it. I came in here and shimmed all of that down and re-nailed it. So it's nice and straight and plumb. And it looks much better because it looked janky. And then they jacked this corner up, and there's really no fixing it the way that it is. You can kind of see how nothing really lines up here. We tried to redo it the best we could because it was really bad, and they only used like 3-inch strips instead of 4 like they did on the other corner. But we did the best we could with it, you know. It is what it is. So all in all, from a distance, it looks really good. We got hose bibs on the both sides and on the back, so they'll have access to water their plants and stuff. But yeah, we're getting there. Well, the video is getting kind of long, so I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up. This week we've got the electrical is going to be getting finished, and my other brother-in-law is going to come with his family, and they're going to start caulking the siding and get it ready and go ahead and paint it. And then once it's painted, we can go ahead and get the soffit done. We can get the metal porch ceilings done, and then the outside's all done. We're all done out here, and then we can move inside and focus inside. Katie and I went yesterday to the sawmill, the local sawmill. They build log homes, cypress log homes, and they mill tongue and groove and all sorts of stuff. I love that place. It smells amazing. So we went over there and got some samples of wood, some pine and cypress. Took it and let my in-laws look at it, pick out what they wanted, and they chose the cypress, which I'm excited about. Cypress is beautiful, beautiful wood. So we're going to be doing 6-inch the V-style tongue and groove inside. And I think I'm probably going to end up doing that. We talked about hiring it out to get it done quicker, but I think I'm just going to get some family to help me with it, and we're going to do it because I want that right. And I'm picky, and I'm a little disappointed with the siding. I don't know if you can tell, they didn't center even this back wall. They did the other ones, thankfully, with the 2 ends in the front. This side, they just started at one end and went, so the batten strips are not even consistent on the 2 ends. It makes no difference functionally wise, but I'm a little bit OCD. I like things to be symmetrical, and I want it to look nice for my in-laws. So we'll probably end up doing that, but you know, we're only 4 weeks away from the baby being here, so we'll see if we can get what we can get squeezed in before the baby gets here, and then we'll work on it as we can. So I'll make sure I'm helping Katie as much as I can for the first few weeks of the baby being here. So anyway, hope y'all have been enjoying these videos. We greatly appreciate you watching. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you next time.